When it comes to meal prep, many of my clients are like, I don't really have time to meal prep. I just don't have time to do all that. And you guys will be shocked and amazed how quickly you can prep most of your food for an entire week. Now, I'm not saying we're going to prep so that all you have to do is walk in the door and sit down at the table and your food will be there. But I am saying that you can get a majority of the preparation done so that on a really busy weeknight, you are not coming in and staring in the fridge and being like, what are we going to eat? Let's just have crackers and chips and maybe a banana and something like that, okay? So, because when you think about this, let's talk about the little psychology behind this and why meal prep is so powerful. Because your willpower is like a battery. It's exhaustive, which means according to, as the day goes on, your willpower starts to wane a little bit. So what happens, good job, Susie. So what happens is you start the day and you're just like, okay, I got this. It's a new day. It's Monday. I am totally on my game. I'm ready to start this new thing. And I got this. And so I got my day planned out, or at least part of my day anyway. So I'm going to go to work and I'll be safe from food at work because I have to work and, 4 or 5 hours till lunch. And then I'll go to this restaurant for lunch and I'm good and all this, okay? So you start out really good. You have this hearty, healthy breakfast. You hit work. All this stress starts happening at work, and maybe this isn't every day, but this, I imagine some of you guys can relate to this. Or let's start with this. You have this hearty, healthy breakfast. You get in your car, and you're commuting to work, and the commute just starts the frustration, the people that are the meanies on the road, right? So it starts this whole stress ball going, okay? So we start with that. Then we get to work and we start, we settle in, we get our jobs done, the phone keeps ringing, you're trying to get your work done. Too many people keep stopping in your office, you can't get it done. It's starting to pile up, you're starting to get a little stressed. Every once in a while in the back of your head, you're like, gosh, we have baseball practice tonight and I still don't know what we're having for dinner. Every once in a while, but things are too busy to think about it, so it goes out, okay? So then lunchtime comes and your friends say, we need to go to lunch, so let's go to lunch. So you go to lunch and you're like, okay, I'm going to have a salad. And then your friend orders French fries. You're like, well, I'll just have a few French fries. And then you're like, well, those are good, French fries. I'm going to order my own French fries. So you have your own French fries. And you might as well grab a shake on your way back because it's been a hard day. And then as the day goes on and things settle down, then at the end of the day, you get this rush job you have to do, but you have to pick your kids up and get into baseball practice. And a few times in the last few hours, it keeps coming to your mind like, oh, I still don't have anything for dinner tonight. What am I going to do for dinner tonight? And that's stressful because you're like, I want to do the right thing. And I told myself this morning I was going to do great. And now I've kind of fallen off the wagon, but there's still time to stay back on. There's still time. Right? Am I speaking to anyone? Is anybody hearing that? You get that? Yeah, I know. And it might be different stresses, but as the day goes on, now you get your kids and you take them to baseball practice and you're sitting there and you're starting to get hungry because you didn't have a snack because work just got crazy at the end of the day. And so now it's time to go home and now you're just like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to have for dinner. So you go in the house and now you're hangry. Now you're annoyed because the traffic was crazy and you were hungry and you're and so, yes, it's true. The truth hurts. But that's why we're doing the meal prep challenge, because I just hope that at the end of the meal prep challenge, you guys will be like, this isn't so bad. And it will bring you so much relief in your life. I cannot even tell you. So you go in the house and you're just like, you know what, you guys, we're having pancakes for breakfast. And then you realize you don't have pancakes, and so you say, let's just have popcorn and a piece of fruit. Okay? So then we come up with a meal plan. So most people say they don't have time, but I want you to think about all those times in the day that thought came into your head, and you're like, what, dinner, and then that guilt that you get when you're like, I was doing so good. Thank you, Susie. Because I know, I've been there. I was doing so good, and I just keep falling off, and I try to get back on, and then I only get back on with 1 foot, but at least it's 1 foot, and then I keep falling off, and I get back on, and now it's a toe, and then by the end of the day, you're just like, all right, we'll start tomorrow. And then that tends to happen a few times in the week, and it can be really hard. So that's what I mean by willpower being exhaustive. Finally, as the day wears on and these thoughts come through your mind, at some point your willpower is just tired. It's just like a battery. So we've got to do some things. That's an obstacle. The fact that willpower is exhaustive is an obstacle. And the best thing we can do is to overcome those obstacles before they're sitting in front of us. Okay? So you can win. Rob. So let's look at this obstacle. Now, I also want you to be thinking about this. I talk about this with my private clients all the time. We got to look at the obstacles. What is your biggest obstacle that's keeping you from your goal, okay? And then we need to tackle each obstacle just one at a time. All right, so we know that coming home late at night, fatigued, with no plan, willpower being exhaustive is our obstacle. So meal prep is going to fix that obstacle. You can totally control that. It's just a matter that we need to take a little time and planning to control the obstacle, all right? So this is going to save you, meal prep is going to save you time and money and the stress that I just talked about. It's going to save you time because I'm going to teach you how to spend 1 hour in the kitchen on a weekday. Usually I do Sunday. And to have most of your meals prepared so that by the time you get home after all that stuff I just went through, by the time you get home, you're going to be like, sweet, all I have to do is put that beef that I browned in a pot. I got to throw in those vegetables I already chopped, pour in some broth, and I have soup or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that and how I break it down and how I plan it out so that it doesn't seem super overwhelming. Okay, so we're going to start with the fact. Let me tell you the 5 steps that I use. It's the 4 steps technically. So 4 P's, Sally. The 4P method is what I call it. So first we're going to prowl. We're going to talk about that today. Then we're going to plan. Then we're going to purchase. And then we're going to prep. And the 5th one of my clients came up with is pillage. Then we're going to eat it all. Okay? Good morning, Amber. So today we're going to talk about prowling. So by breaking this whole meal prep process down into small steps, they're teeny tiny steps. Some will take you 5 minutes, literally. And so that by the time you get to your Sunday meal prep or whichever day you prepare your food, it doesn't matter which day, then it's going to be super easy. All right. So here's the story with prowling. What I do, I'm going to take the week Monday through Sunday. All right. So what I do is throughout the week, I start prowling for recipes. And I don't do this every week because now I've been doing it long enough that I have this nice supply of recipes. And I use my time when I'm standing in the grocery store line or I'm waiting for the kids after school or waiting at piano lessons or anything like that. I use little gaps of time. So it really doesn't even seem like an effort because I'm just using up little gaps of time. And the way I prowl for recipes is I scroll through Pinterest and I just type in the search bar at the top of Pinterest, I'll type something like paleo recipes or healthy chicken recipes or clean eating recipes. So I type in keywords that will make sure that I'm not getting a bunch of recipes for like muffins and treats, okay? So simply all I do is create a clean eating board. And if you guys follow me on Pinterest, you can find all of my boards where I save my recipes, except for my secret junk food boards. No, just kidding. So I am Missy Ballison on Pinterest. Whether you're doing the challenge or not, you are you're welcome to follow me on Pinterest. If you are in the challenge, I will invite you to the Meal Prep Challenge board so you can add pins as well. All right? And so what I'm pinning to that board are really easy, the easiest meals I can think of because I want this meal prep challenge to be really easy for you the first week because I want this to be like a win for you so that the first time you do it, you're like, that was easy because I posted, or other people posted the best, easiest, simple, healthy meals we could get our hands on, okay? Because sometimes it's the mental barrier. People feel like it's just mentally just too much. And I'm going to show you it's not. Okay, so today I'm going to give you some tips about prowling. In the email that those of you joined the challenge, you'll get this all listed out in links to these apps that I like to use. Okay, so these are apps that will make it so much better. Okay, so Pinterest. I know most of us know about Pinterest. Even if you're not like a big Pinterest user, Pinterest is really simple. And it's easy to make a board. There's a lot of tutorials about how to use Pinterest. It's the easiest place I find to go and find tons of recipes. Save them to a place that's so easy to find later. So I highly recommend Pinterest. Paprika. Paprika allows you to save recipes from anywhere on the web. So you might be scrolling Rachel Ray's website and find something on Rachel Ray's website, and you don't want to go and search it. Good morning, Julianne. You don't want to go and search it on Pinterest because it could take forever. Paprika allows you to save those recipes. It's very much like Pinterest in that you can organize it according to, but it's strictly recipes. You can organize it according to side dishes, main dishes, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So it has a lot of options too. So it also allows you to scale recipes. So if you've got 10 people in your family, you can scale it for 10 people just like that. It also allows you to make grocery lists and menu planning. So I highly recommend that you check out Paprika. The other one is called Organize Eat, and this is a phone app. And this one allows you to take pictures of recipes that you might see in a magazine, and you can organize them just like that, and you can take pictures. So it's kind of like a little scrapbook specific for recipes. Pinterest, Paprika, and Organize Eat. Yep. And you can organize those pictures according to breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, salads, you know, so it's got all these categories. So that has a lot more features than I just suggested there, but it has a lot of features to it. So I wanted you guys to have a few tools to use because some people function in different ways. I'll say that I use Pinterest the most. And so how I do this is I go and collect. Now, if you're just starting, it might take you a little more time to collect recipes, but Pinterest literally takes minutes to collect a bunch of recipes. You just tap and pin and tap and pin. And so you've got all these recipes. Okay, so today we're on the prowl. So you have a few little bits of homework. Today is join the challenge if you haven't joined the challenge. Get in the group. Now, let me tell you guys, those of you that haven't joined the challenge, or those of you that have and haven't printed out your templates, as part of the challenge, when you join it, you'll get a little download, and it's a 4-page download, really simple templates. One is kind of a menu. It's Monday through Sunday, and that we're going to use that one tomorrow. And so I want you guys to have those printed out. And I'm going to send you links to these as we go in case they got lost in your email feed as well. So you'll have the template of Monday through Sunday. We're using that one tomorrow. The next one is the grocery list template. And so you're just filling in your grocery list. The third one is the breakdown of how we're actually going to physically prepare the food and organize the prep. And then the fourth one is just more of a nutritional, how to fill your plate education on how much food, how much carbs, fats, and proteins to put in there. Okay, so your homework. Join the challenge. If you haven't joined it, I'd love to have you. I especially would love to have you in the Facebook group. Number 2 is print out the templates that come with the challenge so you can go through them with us on Periscope. Number 3 is go follow me on Pinterest. It's at Missy Ballison, Second Wind Fitness. You'll find me on Pinterest. Follow me so that I can add you to the Meal Prep Challenge group. And this is your third or fourth piece of homework. It's important to get in that group and start pinning recipes because all the people, there's 75 people in the challenge. So I want all those people to start pinning recipes so that you don't have to go do all the searching. We'll have them all located in one area so that can be your go-to board, okay? And then hopefully that board will continue and people will just keep pinning recipes to that board. So to help tomorrow is the planning phase. So that means you have to have foods selected either in your own clean eating boards or on our group board, which would be great because you'd be helping other people out, so that we can put them into place, okay? I highly recommend that you pick foods for this first time through. Pick foods that aren't going to be super complex to prepare. So what I'm going to do in the next few days, tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to plan it out according to your week and some little tricks that I use. The next day, we're going to talk about purchasing and going to the store, obviously. I know you guys know how to shop, but I have a few ideas that I use, okay? And then the next day is the prep day, and I'm going to walk you through everything that I do, and I'm going to make you do some homework along the way to make your prep a little bit easier. So that's going to put us at about the end of the week, and that way you'll be prepared, like you'll have practiced run this before you actually go to the store or have to do your prep on the weekend. Then typically what I do is I kind of pick meals throughout the week. I ask my family to help. When I'm planning, I tell everybody to pick one meal so that I don't get burned out, okay? And then on Friday, I go to the store. And then on Sunday is usually when I do my prep, and I take 1 hour, and I'm going to walk you guys through the whole system there, okay? All right, so you guys have a job. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a little heart on the screen if you're going to do your job. You're going to go to the Pinterest. You're going to join the group, or I'm going to invite you to the group. You're going to start pinning recipes so you're ready to go, okay?